I have given you a problem. Suppose the problem is given some number k equal to x square. Find x belonging to the set of real numbers. What is this? This is actually the problem of finding the square root of a number k. You have to write a program to find the square root. You do not have any square root function. You do not have any hash include math.h and then you apply sqrt. There's nothing, no library for you. You have to write. How will you write? You can do a search, like you can apply a search. What type of search? You can first you can apply a brute force search. You start from x equal to 1. For x equal to 1, you do it square, see whether it is equal to k. If not, then x equal to x plus 0.1, then x plus 0.2, then x plus 0.3, then x plus 0.4, then x plus 0.5, and you go on iteratively until you find k, or at least close to a value close to k, which you can then say that approximately the square root of k is this x. But that is it's a brute force search, as the name says. It will take up a lot of time. It's not smart at all. It's not intelligent at all. Let us see how we can apply our local search algorithm to this. What are the states here? For the first thing, the states are all x's. All x is my states. So the states are real numbers. So as I told you, that there can be situations where the states can be continuous valued, and here the states are continuous valued. X is a continuous value. There is no x is not discrete. X can be x plus 1, x can be x plus for a particular x, the next x can be x plus 0.01 also, x plus 0.001 also, x plus 0.00000001 also. So there is no discrete quantization. It is a continuous state. Okay. Now let us try to pose this problem as an optimization problem. How? Let us define the objective function or utility function like this. Why have we defined it like this? Here I want to minimize my objective function. Now I have posed this as a minimization problem. If if my x is close to the square root of k, then x square will be very close to k, and x square minus k will be a very small number. So u will also be a very small number. So accordingly, I have posed this objective function, and I want to minimize this objective function, right? So how does my state space look like? Let me plot the state space. This is my objective function. This is my x, right? So there is plus root k here, and there is minus root k here, and at both of these values of x, and at both of these values of x, the value of u will be 0, right? Okay. At x equal to 0, what is the value of u? At x equal to 0, the value of u will be half y square, as you can see. So it's something positive. And the rest, for all positive x's, this is the equation of a parabola. For negative x's, it will be the symmetric parabola. It goes like this. It will be reaching 0 at root k. It will be reaching 0 at root k, and it's a case of a symmetry. This is my state space in which I want to find the global minimum, and there are two global minimum. This is also one valid global minimum. This is also one valid global minimum, right? So how do I operate now? I have some initial state, whatever the initial state is. I have some starting x, maybe here, maybe here, maybe here, maybe here. Whatever, I have some starting x. But then what? I have to have some operator to generate the next state. What is the operator for generating next state? You have to change x in a direction in which u reduces. Of course, I want to reduce u. I have to change my x in a direction in which my u reduces. Is that the only operator? No. Have I written the operator completely? No. I have to change x in a direction in which the error u reduces to a minimum, of course, that is right. And this change direction should be steepest. I want to change my x in such a way, such that u reduces maximally. I want the maximum reduction of u to reach my global minimum, right? How do I find that? Gradient. I descend. Since I want to descend my u, I want to reduce my u, I am descending along the state space, along the objective function, using the gradient. So, and I want to find the direction of steepest descent. So this algorithm is called the steepest gradient descent. And how do I operate? How do I change my x? I start with my current x, and then I generate my next x as x next equal to x current minus r into grad x means del del x of u. this r is called the step size. We will see why it is required. This grad x u gives the direction at every point, the direction in which u is reducing fastest. This gives you the direction. So you, by this you know how, in which direction your u should change, so your x should change, but how much, in that is defined by the step size. If you take very small steps, slowly you will go to the minima. If your step size is very small, your number of iterations will be very high. If your step size is very high, you will be doing oscillations like this. Maybe you will miss the global minima totally. So it is usually a good methodology to maintain a medium value of step size. Usually r is maintained for 0.1 or 0.001 according to different problems. I am not going into how to choose step size and all. So what is this grad x u? X current minus step size into del x into u is half. Why I chose a half here you will find now. Half into the derivative of this is 2 into x square minus k into 2x according to chain rule. So you can choose a 1/4 here also to cut all these numbers off. X current minus r into 2 into r into x into x square minus k. If you do these operations iteratively, you will see that slowly your error, slowly your objective function, you want to minimize it, this thing is getting reduced, and your x next slowly it is getting converged to either plus root k or minus root k. Now I will give you one more question. I think it has come across your mind. Why did I put a minus sign here? Why x next is x current minus the gradient? Why it is not plus the gradient? Because it is a minimization problem. See, for example, this is my current state. The gradient actually gives me the slope. So this slope will be negative. If the slope is negative, minus of that negative sign is something positive. So the next state will be x current plus something. So x current plus something. So I want from here, I want to go towards this region. Na? So the areas where my slope is negative, my x next is going towards the right. See, that is what I want. So when my gradient is negative, my movement should be towards the positive. Again, for example, this is my current state. My gradient, which means the slope again, del x means the slope here, as you can see. So this gradient is positive. How is slope measured? In terms of anti-clockwise direction from x-axis. If this is the theta, you take a tan theta. This is the theta, you take a tan theta. Here theta is obtuse, so tan theta is negative. Here theta is acute, so tan theta is positive. So here slope is positive. if slope is positive, so x current minus a positive things means x next will be lesser than the x current, means this is your x current, it's lesser, so it is coming towards this direction. That is the direction in which we want for our state to come, from here towards here. So that is the conception of putting a minus sign here. Had it been a maximization problem, we would have used a plus sign here, because the derivative always gives me the positive change of direction. Since we are trying to minimize the problem, we are using a minus. I have shown you the concept also. I think you can extend the concept to the other half of the state space of objective function also. So this is one example where I wanted to show a square root finding problem, which we converted from the square root finding problem, we formulated it as a optimization, that is a minimization problem, and then we solved the minimization problem using the steepest gradient descent, which is actually not hill climbing, it is going down the hill as to the lowest valley possible. Lowest valley means global minimum, steepest gradient descent. And this is how we have, for continuous valued states, we have applied the concept of steepest gradient descent. Thank you.